Back here in Berkman Gymnasium, the score in favor of the higher-seeded St. Lawrence Saints as they host the Bombers here in the quarterfinals of the Liberty League Championship. So great to have you with us here on Bomber Sports YouTube. We're up in the North Country, far from home, about 3.5 hours. A lot of snow to get up here, but we made it in one piece. And the Bombers right now, as they traveled down here yesterday, looking to do their best to salvage a way back in this game. Bombers on the floor with Cabral, McKiernan, Wissing, Zenker, and Lasith. On the other side, it's McMahon, Von Osen, Phelan, Brown, and Dudzinski. Left side, Cabral hands it off to Wissing. Pass to the top of the key, McKiernan. He floats one underneath, stolen in the air by McMahon. Nearly loses his dribble across the half-court line, settles down the tempers, and finds Dudzinski at the St. Lawrence logo at midcourt. Right to left, the St. Lawrence Saints move with 11:30 on the clock. If they win this game, they're heading to Troy for the Liberty League semifinals. Ball tipped out in the air, nearly stolen by Ithaca. Dudzinski recovers, receives, steps inside the paint, bullets one to Brown, right block, outside McMahon, right corner three, way too strong, off the back iron, rebound by Phelan, foul on the way up, doesn't make the bucket, heads to the line for two.
If I can have one takeaway from this St. Lawrence team, yeah, Dudzinski's great, yeah, they play good defense, but these freshmen are shocking me. This is their first Liberty League experience. Yes, they have a great coach. Yes, they have a great senior leader, but they have multiple different freshmen that are playing confident, controlled basketball here when it matters the most.
Aiden Phelan, Jalen Brown, two examples of these freshmen who have just been playing exceptional.
Tommy McMahon, he's incredible as well. Really talented player.
He's been playing fantastic.
He's a leader that's helped this unit so much.
Both free throws good. 13-point game. St. Lawrence leads. 11 minutes to play with the season on the line for Ithaca. McKiernan with the ball on the top of the key. Swings it left side, Cabral. Back to McKiernan. It's the bullet pass to him. McKiernan to the right side, Wissing. Floats one high right post to Lasith. Now all around the horn. Cabral, left wing three. High arcing rainbow finds the pot of gold. 10-point game. Cabral with his 7th, 8th, and 9th point of the game. Needed that one there to get his rhythm. First of the second half for him. McMahon brings the ball across half court. A little bit of a struggle to break the press here, but he eventually gets it across the timeline on the far side of the hardwood. Right to left, St. Lawrence moves. Jalen Brown slaps the basketball at the top of the key, guarded by Chris Lasith. Left side it comes, now to Van Osen. Van Osen dashes right, now finds Brown. Brown steps in from the wing, has one against the glass and puts it through. 12 points, back to the lead for the Saints. The largest they had in half number one. They've gotten all the way up to 14 here in half number two. Bombers got to work something out. Their defense not playing as strong. Free throw line, Cabral up and under, his layup out into the hands of Wissing on the rebound though. Bounces one to Lasith from the left block, fouled on the way there. Dudzinski with the foul, that's just his second and the team's first here in half number two. 9:52 on the clock, 57-45 the score, as it'll be Chris Lasith heading to the free throw line for two shots. Split the pair last time.
It's a really under part of Dudzinski's game is that he's able to be so aggressive because he's only found himself in foul trouble recently. He had 4 fouls 2 games ago for this St. Lawrence team. Outside of that, he's been a clean sheet so far. He doesn't get into foul trouble. He stays on his 2 feet and doesn't go jumping to try to get swats. Just naturally keeps himself in games because his conditions and because he doesn't make too many mistakes defensively. That's rare for him there.
Lasith can't hit the first. Zenker and Wissing come off the floor. Regev and Brady on the floor. It's those two, Lasith at the free throw line, and outside the guards in Cabral as well as McKiernan. The other way, Anderson, Phelan, Suriano, Dudzinski, and McMahon. Next one here for Chris Lasith. Off the front of the rim, out into the hands of Phelan, and it's a scoreless free throw line trip for Chris Lasith. McMahon moves the ball the other way as the floor general for the Saints. Floats one top of the key, Dudzinski. Bullet passes underneath Anderson. Beautiful layup attempt, couldn't get it. And it's out free in the hands of Cabral. Other way the Bombers move. Cabral with on the right wing through the legs dribble. Picks up his dribble, swings it across the floor to the left wing for Brady. Top of the key, McKiernan lets a three fly. Can't go, ball tipped out. McMahon the rebound, and it's a slow push the other way for St. Lawrence. Dudzinski with it. working against Reget. Backs his way across the timeline with 9:10 to go in the game, and the St. Lawrence Saints lead by 12. Soriano, ball poked out by McKiernan, gets the steal right there, charges to the lane himself, off the rim, no good, no foul, ball on the floor. Dudzinski holding the ball as McKiernan crashes down to the hardwood and is holding the lower half of his right leg. This does not look good.
Yeah, both of the guys.
Huxley Holcomb is having one of his best appearances in his Cornell career. Through 3 innings, hasn't allowed a single batter on, and sees the top of the Crimson Order once again with Rickheim, Whitco, and Colasante up on deck and in the hole. Cornell as a squad has not found the brightest pastures so far this season. 1-2 in conference, 3-13 overall, but it's a similar story for Harvard as well. 2-14, 1-2 in conference for them. Each of these squads just trying to find their footing here as Ivy play begins. Only the second series of the year for both the Big Red and the Crimson. Cornell and Harvard both went 1-2 against Princeton and Columbia, respectively, last weekend. Top of the 4th inning, here we go. Holcomb's first, breaking ball misses low.
Well, sometimes people say, you know, stats don't always show all the stories of the game. They pretty much have. Only 3 games separated by 2 runs or less for the Big Red. Only 5 games separated by 2 runs or less for Harvard Crimson. So there haven't necessarily been close losses that could go either way. It's been a lot of disproportionate losses for both teams.
I mean, the trips, too, for this Harvard team have not been the most forgiving. You're at Tulane down in New Orleans. You're at Rice in Texas. You're at Liberty. You're at California Baptist. They haven't played a single game in their own state yet, and let alone in New England at all, which of course is where Cambridge resides here in the United States. It's been tough to travel.
Well, this is finally a trip that Bill Decker will enjoy, though. Bill Decker, a graduate of Ithaca College in 1985, so a homecoming trip for him.
We were talking about the weather. Decker, very familiar with it. Now in his 14th season with Harvard, so of course has come to know the weather as this one is grounded toward the pitcher in Holcomb. Nearly had a walk there, escapes with another ground out, 10 up, 10 down. Interestingly, in the late 90s, I don't know if Decker would have crossed paths with this. It snowed at an Ithaca graduation. Mind you, that is May. James Earl Jones, the commencement speaker, voice of Darth Vader, and of course, in Field of Dreams. Probably wasn't really interested in coming back to Ithaca again after that experience.
There's a reason that was a one-time trip.
Matthew Whitco now lined out to the shortstop, and Hager his last time up. Fastball misses low for Holcomb.
Holcomb getting it done with the arm, but also getting it done defensively, too. 2 putouts off of ground balls right back to him.
Yeah, neither of them easy, too. Quick reactions, kind of had to backhand.
You never truly know how that ball is going to come up the mound. A bouncing ball can easily take a hard skip off the mound, could bounce away. You're also coming downhill and trying to square yourself to the ball. It's never an easy play to make, no matter how easy it might look.
Hard pick left side. Kang the other way. My goodness. How about the defense here from Booth Field? Kang getting dirty to make the play.
The corner infielder showing off the leather, the dive, getting dirty, and then the pick on the right side. What a pick from Shin at first. Just putting the dot to the exclamation point on that play in total.
Colasante back up. I mean, there's the first defensive real performance we've seen in this one.
It's been a lot of easy plays, minus the comebacker to Holcomb earlier.
You can tell he's feeling it now.
Nothing that gets you more fired up as a pitcher than seeing especially your infielders dig you out of a hole like that. That looked to be at least a double dangerous ball down the third base line. Instead, it's the second out of the inning. And we'll see if this trend continues. It's been at least one strikeout every inning so far for Holcomb. Just on a 2-1 count now, but he's looking to continue that look for his 4th K.
Reaches on the outside breaking ball. Colasante to a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Two high.
Well, it's plays like that that cap off the no-hit performances, the perfect game performances. Right. Those are the plays you need. It's not always going to be sugar and rainbows. It's going to be getting dirty, exactly what Johnson did right there, exactly what Shin did at first base. Makes this all more exciting now.
Payoff pitch to Colasante. Breaking ball way low. And the first base of the day for either side comes on a Gio Colasante base on balls.
So the commentator's curse is only in effect when I say perfect game. Devon can say perfect game as much as he wants. As soon as I say it, there's a wall.
A chance for Jordan Kang to get something going here with 2 outs. This is the first base runner of the day for Harvard. Colasante also a very speedy runner in his big 6'5", 225 frame. 4 for 4 on stolen bags this season.
Something unique about the Harvard batting practice as well. Our generation, Devon, is starting to get back to the small ball art of baseball. They brought their own pitching machine with them just to set it up behind the cage and do bunting practice. They had everyone cycle through as soon as they were in the cage, come back to the backstop, practice bunting. We haven't seen the base runners to put that into effect today, but now with the runner on base, we might start to see more of that small ball from the Crimson.
Especially in a defensive game.
Absolutely.
When runs are going to be far more sought after. Jordan Kang's got himself in a 1-1 count.
The restart on me. No one was on page right there.
Steven Zawinski calling time just to reset both the pitch clock and the overall sequence. First time out of the stretch on the day for Holcomb. The 1-1. Catches the low inside corner for strike 2.
And a concern for the Crimson as well. I mean, you have Gio Colasante on first base right now. You don't want him to get cold just standing on the bag. I mean, it's going to be a quick turnaround for him to come out and get on the mound.
Gets a look from Holcomb and a throw over.
That's one way to keep him warm.
Runner goes. The pitch outside for a ball. Throw into second is late. Mason Barella, only a 5% caught stealing percentage on the season, is now 2 for 38 on the year. And there's a runner in scoring position for Jordan Kang in a 2-2 count. Huxley Holcomb trying to limit the damage. The 2-2. Cut and a miss. Don't need to worry about a thing. We stay scoreless here in Ithaca.
Coach, with a father who is a graduate of West Point who told you stories about his time in combat growing up, was there any story that really stuck with you, that taught you lessons that shaped the way you coach today?
Man, I remember, my dad's obviously really proud of going to West Point, as he should be. I'm proud that he went there. I grew up on West Point stories, from plebe summer to, getting in formation and, going to, when he went overseas the first time, what that was like. I think that one story that shows up is he shows up as a young lieutenant over in Germany, and he's all of a sudden responsible for, X amount of people, guys that have been in it for a long time, and having the humility to let them know that he doesn't know, and he's there to help them out, and what that must have felt like in that moment, So But there's a lot of those, and those are the stories we went to bed at night every night. And I don't know if that made me want to go to West Point or not, but it was pretty cool.
And why is it so important to kind of see those principles instilled in your football team, bringing in SEALs and almost shaping your entire roster with the principles of military and discipline?